All right. So we're in this fucking intangible fucking little island verse
Yeah.
in sub reality, and we have wandered over to the blue sands.
hmm You felt a warm desert wind wash over you
All right.
as
And
you
it's
observed the place.
and it's possibly warm because we think deserts are warm.
Or maybe it's just warm.
Or maybe it is warm. In which case, we should like check this out because heat is life, maybe, or at least it's something. It's fucking something.
Heat is energy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's something. So let's go.
Okay.
Uh, just kind of like generally looking around. Are you using like your mage site and stuff? I presume.
Yeah, like always, everything's on right now. Well, no, because does mana skin? What's it called? Mage armor.
Yeah.
Does that take mana to use?
Mage armor takes mana to use.
Okay.
Mage sight does not.
Okay, so just mage sight then. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you guys give me a wits and whatever
Composure. Right?
the notice roll.
7.
Wits and composure.
7.
Yep.
I just forget.
Yep. They are among the attributes that I'm worse at.
I'm good at seeing.
I got 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yep.
Damn, nice.
Also 4, apparently.
Wow.
Today.
You guys are paying attention.
Well, we got mage sight on.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you guys both notice the same thing, but you notice it in kind of different ways. Samuel, you looking through Prime Sight, you see kind of like there's a part beneath the sand, like a location beneath the sand that's sort of like pulsing with power. Some kind of object heavily associated with supernal magic, perhaps.
mm-hmm.
Or it could be some kind of like some TAS or something like a mana reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to tell with the sand sort of covering it, but you see it at pretty much the center of this island. And Gray, your eyes are also drawn to the same location, but instead of the sort of power node there, you see kind of like the twisted ends of the threads of someone's fate. With fate sight, you're able to see like people's their fates, basically. One of these is if they have a destiny or a doom, you can tell that they have it.
Oh.
This seems to be the site of someone's doom.
These blue sands.
Yeah, the central location in particular is where all the lead to.
Okay, so there's a source of power here that feels like our sorts of power.
Yeah.
And it was the site of someone's doom.
Yep.
All right. Well, we need to go find that.
Better dig that shit up.
Yeah.
You're gonna approach the location then?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you walk up to that spot where the sort of the emanation is coming from, and kind of put your hand on the sand. The sand feels warm, and as you sort of touch it with your hand, the sort of conversion of it to your like black ferro fluid is not quite as absolute.
Hmm.
It's like whatever is creating this fragment of reality is stronger here.
Right. It is in the center, after all.
Right.
And this place did exist before us and is held together. So, yeah.
It does seem it will require some not insignificant amount of excavation to
to get there, yes.
to unearth whatever is down there. But there's definitely something down.
Okay. Well, in that case, it is sand after all.
Sure is.
Yeah. All right. How much mana do I have left? Not okay. Oh, that's right. We leveled up. Right.
Yeah,
I was like, why am I missing 7 mana boxes?
you upgraded +5 max mana.
I got 5 empty mana boxes last week.
Right.
Anyways. Okay. Well. Yeah, this is my thing here. Which one though? Gravitic supremacy. Okay. Oh my god. I did. Require me to pick out some Praxies next time.
Forgot to do that again.
Yes. Anyway, Gravitic supremacy. Right. So, click button time. Gotta get that open. Every time.
Remember, you can assume to just have like all of the reaches. So.
Oh, right.
So about doing that part at all.
A little bit less figuring.
Yeah.
Right. But anyways, the rules quick reference. There it is. So I'm prepared today. All right. Duration. Okay, so prior factor duration, we're fine.
That's gonna last forever. You have 4 dots in forces, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, right. Just that's right. All the reaches.
Yep.
No trade-offs here.
It's really just, do you want more potency than what you get?
I'm moving sand, so I don't think I need to be so mighty about it. I'm expecting sand to leap out of the way, given the chance.
Yeah. Sand is not known for its resoluteness in the face of movement.
In the face of sideways forces, no.
Yep. It's like...
Yeah.
And he stood against the forces of evil like a wall of sand.
Not a pillar of sand?
A pillar of sand. Just as effective.
All right. Okay, so yes, I did the clicky button exercises, but it's fine. Sorry. It's yeah. If this were in regular reality, all the reaches, so much paradox. Yeah. So this is just like in the advanced scale level 1 of like a large house area, I would like to have gravity move sand to the side.
Okay. Yep. Did you do it?
I got 4 successes.
Nice. All right, and then remember to spend your point of mana.
Yep.
All right, so you lift your hand and the dunes part and are swept aside with great speed. Takes like a matter of seconds to brush aside, like probably at least like 20 to 40 feet of sand depth-wise.
Oh boy.
Um,
and the reason I was thinking of Praxis earlier is this is one of mine.
Oh yeah, so you actually got an exceptional success with 4.
Yes.
Nice.
This happens so rarely to me. What are the options again?
You can increase a spell factor, or you can refund mana. So for that, with this, you can refund the mana, but you do not gain additional mana. So it is still good, because it means that you don't have to spend the point of mana that you did.
Okay.
But you're too far away from the supernal realm to like benefit from some like increased returns on your spell, basically.
Sure.
But yeah, that's good.
Oh, like okay, I see. Right. Sure.
Yeah, because normally you refund all mana spent on the spell and then gain 1.
Right.
But in this instance, you just refund all.
Sounds good.
All right, so as you sweep aside the blue sand to sort of like the edges of this island, you find yourself sort of sliding down towards the center to fill the gap a little bit.
Oh no, blue sand.
As you descend like maybe a third of the way down this steep slope that you've created in front of you. You see sort of at the bottom, there is a sort of faintly glowing object about the size of a fist.
Okay.
And that's where the power is radiating from.
A fist, you say? You ever seen a fist this big? You have any idea the damage I could do with it?
What?
You said it's I don't know. You said something about a fist.
It's about the size of a fist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you ever seen a fist this big?
I just heard big.
Oh, okay. Huh? Is my stuff messed up again?
Mm-hmm.
You were a little bit faint for that sentence.
Okay. Okay.
Sure. If I walk up closer to it, does it have more details than is a glowing object?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it could just be, it's unreality. It's like glowing, size, and object are the only properties it has left.
Right. Yeah, that is a possibly a valid description in its entirety. That's all that you can see from your perspective. But if you do descend down to examine it,
mm-hmm.
You see that it seems to be some kind of like it's like a meteorite made out of this sort of like bluish gray metal, and there are cracks through it that are glowing the sort of like faint white energy. And as you study it a little bit more, you actually see it's a meteorite, but it's not so much shaped as like a fist. It looks eerily like a human heart.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or gross. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, hmm. Hmm.
Not a cartoon heart, but
No, like a anatomically
yeah.
correct heart.
Oh, that's what I mean.
That's a much different sort of symbolic connotation of it.
Yeah.
One is love, the other is death.
Yep.
Well, the other is, oh, my heart's out of my body.
Yep. Which usually results in death.
Yep. All right. Well, let's see. One can sort of suppress one's nimbus. Yes. Basically, I guess is I want to try and pick it up, but I don't want to like, I don't know, poison it with myself yet.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, ordinarily your nimbus doesn't flow out of you this like much.
Okay.
You can probably like keep yourself from like like tainting it, basically.
Sure.
You think, at least, unless it like tries to suck you in or something. But it seems to have its own force, similar to that
Sure.
of yours.
Hmm. Okay. Well, Sam just looks over at Gray, and then looks back at it, and then reaches out for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You touch it. It's faintly warm, and it sort of throbs with like rhythmic pulses of power, similar to how a heart would beat, but obviously not any like physical sensation.
Right.
As you touch it and sort of lift it out, the sand around it kind of like is drawn up towards it. To the point where like you sort of like lift it up to eye level, and there's now like a pillar of sand like beneath your hand.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. Interesting.
What the hell? What the? What's going on?
My best guess so far is, well, I mean, I mean, the sentence I'm about to say isn't perhaps too helpful, but it looks like this is a sort of, I don't know, anchor for this place.
What is this?
This heart thing?
This heart thing? All right.
Like, the sand, as you can see, really likes it, but I would bet that this thing is why the sand exists.
So this thing, like looking at it through the lens of magic, it's not an imbued item. It doesn't have any mana inside of it. Although it does seem like it is like one could probably put mana into it and have it like contain.
I see.
But it has the supernal aura, which is like when you look at it and feel it, which you can kind of just do by concentrating on it while you're touching it. It's this sort of like constant wind at your back, and the faint sort of like taste of like grit and sand in your mouth, with sort of wrapped together with this feeling of just like it's like cosmic insignificance, like the feeling you get when you like look out across like the endless expanse of ocean, or like up into the night sky, or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like,
Oh man.
overwhelmed by the greatness of existence. And it feels similar to a nimbus to you.
My mind was just going there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Yes. You said this was the place of someone's doom? Sam looks over at Gray.
Yeah. There was like it all kind of converges here. So I'm not sure if that was the heart or if it's our doom. I mean, it's so vague. Fate is a bitch, as you can see.
As I noticed.
But as you can see by our current predicament.
As you say that, Gray, you kind of like take a step to the side, and your foot clunks into something like solid within just beneath the surface of the sand.
I reach down, or I kick around and look, like feel for it and try to expose it.
Yeah, you sort of like move your foot and slide it through the sand, and you expose something glinting metallic gold beneath the sand.
Yeah.
Brushing it off more, you see it is an amulet, or sort of like a, I don't know if amulet's the right word. It's like a necklace of some kind, that's this golden salamander.
Yeah.
With a like fine gold chain, that's like, it's fairly small. It looks like basically the salamander is part of the chain,
Okay.
and it would rest like sort of by your collarbone if one were to wear it.
If one were to wear it. What do you make of this fucking thing?
Very well sculpted.
What I make of this is that some poor mage came before us from a land, I don't know, I guess. With a necklace like that, I'm in the place we're in, I'm getting like Egyptian vibes. And then, man, maybe failed to escape.
Most likely. I could do read object, but that's a mana. We could know what happened to everything up in, of the way of this object.
Astute abductive reasoning. You voice echo in both of your heads.
Wait, what?
Did you say that in a weird accent?
No. Also, side question: does our telepathic link still up, or is that broken?
No, it doesn't exist.
Oh,
Right.
I forgot. That is gone. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
because we don't have our space mage who cast it with us.
yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
No, it was I.
Sam looks over at the salamander necklace, raises an eyebrow.
Yes.
Okay.
My previous master shared a fate similar to what I surmise yours is. Quite reckless to find yourself so far down here.
One could say that.
It was a calculated risk.
Did not go well, I presume.
No.
No one comes here on purpose.
Where is here? Do you?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's yeah. I laugh with him, like if he smiles or whatever. I don't know what the. Is it moving or is it just telepathic?
It's not moving.
Okay,
yeah,
it's just telepathic.
It's totally inert. It's just telepathic.
Okay, because yeah, that'd be awesome if it was like making little facial expressions as it talks.
It was, if you look at it, you can see like the salamander's head does like change orientation ever so slightly,
Okay,
but like only when you blink.
gotcha. Perfect. Beautiful. Now that's magic.
Yeah,
Blink and you'll miss it.
it's totally stationary while being observed.
Yep.
Alright,
I can
so-
totally imagine this thing like unnerving whoever this guy was talking to.
Yeah, definitely. It's
like-
just like staring at him.
And just like making like an angry face, but only for a second.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway.
It's the Mario Ghosts. It
Yep.
runs off Mario Ghost logic.
It says, in order to answer what place this is, one must forget about the concept of place.
Yeah, I'm trying. But if I do that entirely, we might not have any ground to stand on.
True. And for what it is worth, I am appreciative of this brief respite from incorporability. Incorporability? You know what I mean.
Oh, as in like what?
Intangibility.
Yes.
Use that.
Was this sand island not corporeal before we visited?
It existed in a way that the creatures of this realm exist. In part from my power and from the heart which you hold in your hand.
Oh man. Is this your previous what would you say, master?
Correct.
What was his reason for being here?
He reached for the stars and fell short. Made a foolish miscalculation. I warned him against it, of course, but, well, you see how that turned out.
Man.
Hmm.
I'm like hearing extra music. It's weird.
That might be coming from Weston.
Oh, okay, my own reverb today.
See your ring lighting up on Discord.
Gotcha. Okay, I wasn't looking there.
I'm wearing headphones, so it's not coming from me.
Yep, the same. I'm wearing headphones today, and I was messing with the music bar. I'm like, man, I can still hear it. It's down.
How about now?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
I put my headphones on.
Oh, okay. Well, that should do it then. Thank you. I mean.
Yep.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, I had my speakers turned way up today to hear Mike. So.
Oh, that's probably why.
Gotcha. Am I all right? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right. So,
Yes. Sorry. What was his reasoning for coming here?
He
He shot for the stars
Yeah.
and missed.
And missed.
Yep.
And he didn't land on the moon to his, eternal demise. I suspect the salamander's being cryptic on purpose.
No.
Man,
All these little entities are always they're never straightforward.
well, this salamander can apparently survive out here.
He's a tardigrade.
Oh, I suppose yes. But not to just like talk when the NPCs are standing there, but he's probably going to outlast us and is just going to have fun while we die.
Indeed, I will.
Well,
I have little hope of you escaping this place, as my master failed to do.
What?
You will doubtlessly fight desperately to contain yourselves within this little bubble of sanity you have cultivated, but it will eventually fade. As the
Well.
gnawing maws of hungry things nibble on the outsides.
well, either way, if we fail or succeed, do you want to come watch?
Certainly. If you are powerful enough to escape through some miracle, I would bind myself to serve you until your dying breath, should you
Really?
bring me from this domain.
Oh, well. What happens if you are worn by an individual?
I bestow a great gift.
And
Would you like to know what it is?
please.
Well,
To
then
put
me
it
on.
concisely, immortality. True immortality.
Are you the guy that was wearing this?
No.
Would you tell me if you were?
Who can say? But
I mean, I could say,
I will.
but I'm not wasting mana on that question, I say.
if you were to look at myself and that heart you hold in your hand, you would, I would hope, see they are from a different seed. Which does ring true to you. The salamander has no vestige of awakened magic on it.
Okay.
You're not really sure the source of whatever power it has. It's kind of tricky to decipher in the current situation. But I mean, like, you could probably study it if you wanted to spend more time.
Possibly. Maybe later.
I mean, if we live and take it with us, we'll have
Right. Yeah.
we'll have the time.
Yes. You're not wrong.
Unfortunately, my gift of immortality will not protect you from being undone in this place.
Sam nods at the heart. I see.
Indeed. I can keep you from dying, but to be unmade is a fate which few can avoid.
Sam just hums to himself. He's like, I wonder if the Celestic would.
He hums for a while.
You know, it's like, I bet the Celestic could avoid being unmade.
Yeah.
But he couldn't avoid dying. Anyway.
Sure couldn't.
Sure couldn't.
Anyways, right then. In that case, well, I guess another question is: have you ever seen any other travelers like us before? I mean, other than
I have sat in the distant shores of this land for a incomprehensible period of time. There is no time after, but let me assure you, consciousness separated from time, it is very boring.
all right.
I have not seen any other capable enough to not have been instantly consumed.
Oh. Well, glad to know we're a slight cut above the rest.
Slight indeed.
We might make it out. Just yet.
I doubt it,
You
but
doubt my
The-
ass.
persistence is commendable.
All right. Well,
I am sure you will grow to feel despair soon.
You just shut the hell up and I put him on.
You put on the...
Yeah.
You know what? Okay. You feel no different.
Yeah. See, I didn't feel nothing. You're just a big bluff.
Hmm. We shall see.
all right. Well, Sam, I guess, is the sand is still like connected to this thing, isn't it?
Yep.
Art. If Sam puts it into his bag, which he will try,
Okay.
does like the sand start like clinging to the bag?
Hmm.
All right. Well, it's in the bag now, and
Okay.
we'll go visit another place.
Yes.
So as you like climb back up the wall of sand that you're going towards, it kind of just like sweeps down like underneath you almost, making it pretty easy to scale. As you get to sort of like the edge of this reality, you look back and you see the domain is kind of like drawn towards you. So it's like there's more like a wall of sand following you than like the dunes. But like as you sort of step off the edge, you see some of that sand like trickles in and sort of absorbs into your little island of reality.
Sure, much like
and-
we left trails into it.
Yeah, and then like most of the rest of it just kind of like disintegrates and dissipates into the nothingness.
Oh, I mean, I can't say I didn't expect that to happen, but it's,
Yeah,
it's rather-
nothing on that island is anchoring it into reality anymore, and you see it consumed by nothing.
Fast. Like how fast? Like Langolier or
Pretty fast.
implosion?
No, like it just kind of like collapses as you step out of it, basically.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Crumbling bridge
Man,
style.
I mean, I expected that to happen, but also it's a bit unnerving to see a full third of our world get destroyed.
Yeah.
But it also gave us maybe a piece of reality that will help attach us to something, like a heart. That's like human life. That's something that's something we're going for in our new reality, or in the reality we're trying to seek out. Is this,
Sure.
you know? So that's a piece of what we need. So let's go look at these other places.
Yeah, the also another note is Amadine, your footsteps and your nimbus expanding out is mixed with blue sand now.
Oh, all right then. See,
All right, so
poor Sap.
Oh, you're fine.
where would you
I
like
it.
to?
It looks kind of nice.
Yeah. All right, so we got a ghost town and a pyramid, right?
Yep.
Ghost town might be easier to look through.
Yeah, it might be, but at the same time, it might be harder to get through, if you know what I mean. But yeah, let's go.
Going to the ghost town.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You step out from your island into the ghost town, and you see the ground is somehow like it feels firmer here almost. Like you hadn't noticed it before, but this feels like more like what real ground should feel like. Whereas like your reality, it's kind of like soft and malleable.
Right.
Like how you'd imagine walking on a cloud, almost.
Right.
But this you feel like you can stomp your foot and feel the like.
Oh my
vibrations
gosh, a
go through
dirt
your
path.
leg. Yeah.
Like a
but-
dirt path to make you feel real.
Yep.
Okay.
Good old planet dirt. But you see down like the main street, which the main street is the only part of this town that exists. It's just like your classic buildings, like you have the drugstore, the saloon, the town hall, the church, and the bank. Like maybe the jail next to the sheriff's place.
Wow.
As you sort of step out, a tumbleweed rolls across the
All
The-
right.
Of course. It
main
does.
street. About 15 seconds later, as you guys are walking down, a tumbleweed rolls down in the exact same place.
Sam will try and catch a clear view of it as it leaves reality.
Kind of like go to the point where it is like rolling the buildings it's rolling between.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, it kind of just like drops off the edge and disappears. And if you look in the other direction,
Yep. You know it.
it kind of like rolls up from like underneath the edge almost.
What? What?
And comes back.
And comes back
So is
rolling past you.
It's a single tumbleweed that's just doing rounds.
Yep.
Awesome.
Oh man.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a ghost town. That's pretty much the only movement. Well, there is again like a slight breeze, and you see the saloon door just kind of like gently swinging on its hinges, making a faint like squeaking sound.
Well, shall we go in?
Sam gestures like an after you.
All right. I'm gonna head on in.
You hear the salamander, Gray. You hear it kind of like closer to your ear, almost like it feels like it's in your head more.
Yeah.
Um,
What do you want?
and Amadine, you hear it just normally, but it's like reality. I have missed its bitter taste. So
So you can tell when we're in reality.
What?
I can see what you see, my master.
Huh. Well, that's neat.
Sam's just rolling his eyes, wondering what the salamander thinks.
Gray's getting in character.
Mm.
So you step through the saloon doors. You feel the floorboards squeak beneath your.
Oh,
Your
sorry,
boots.
sorry. Yeah, salamander can kind of see what I can see. So what-
Right. Did I hear?
The last part you didn't hear,
Oh, okay.
but you heard the comment about reality. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Interrupt. Didn't mean to.
Yeah. So you step inside and you feel like the floorboards squeaking beneath your feet. There's glasses on the table, like some of them actually have alcohol poured into them, and like cards laid out around. It looks kind of like a saloon that was occupied, that everybody just like sort of stood up from and left.
Like just up and gone.
Yep.
Well, don't mind if I do. And I take a drink.
What do you imagine it would taste like?
Hard whiskey.
That's what it tastes like.
Ugh, it burns.
As you're sort of standing there, or like observing, you hear kind of like a thunk from over where the bar is, and turning around, you see a figure, a silhouette standing there, back turned to you, kind of like leaned up, facing the like rack of bottles and stuff on the bar.
Oh.
But it kind of like turns and calls out to you as says, "Well, hey there, fancy a drink?"
I just had one, thanks.
I guess Sam will walk up and sit down at a chair.
The figure sort of like turns around, and it's like not. It's like if somebody made a human and didn't really know like how humans are. Think like you have the general shape of like a humanoid shape, but then you just like printed an image of like a face across the head.
Oh my god.
Kind of like early area video game graphics.
Wow. Okay.
Like it's kind of warped in certain places, and like the mouth just sort of like opens and closes, but not really in sync with the words.
Oh man.
Hold on then, because I know exactly the game. With a picture. It's taking me like 2 seconds. Hold on. Oh, I just need there. Close enough. Oh, it's so blurry. Yeah, it's so blurry. Yeah, this is an early game. It's Jackie Chan's Stuntmaster. So it's on PS1, and it's the first one I thought of, but it's a little blurry.
Yep, PS1 graphics. That's what we're going for here. Oh man, yep.
Is
It's
that guy
just,
holding
like
like an I-beam?
Yeah, pretty much. I think so.
Yeah, so the bartender, who is kind of like has a glass and is like cleaning it, like, you know, bartenders do.
Right.
It says, "Well, howdy. You're not from round these parts, eh?
Nope. But you wouldn't tell from the way I talk.
Well, you ain't from round these parts.
Nope.
Can tell that much, eh?
Right.
Fancy a drink?
Again? Alright, fine. Give me what you got.
And then, who are
A
you?
glass of the good stuff coming up. He like puts the glass that he cleaned down in front of you and sort of turns around and pours a like uncorks a bottle and like pours some presumably alcohol into the jar or the glass. Pulls one out for you too, Amadine. One thing you notice as he's pouring it, you see the label on the bottle, and it literally just says "the good stuff."
Ah.
Like it's like a black label with white text that just says "the good stuff."
Alright. I like it.
Oh man.
Well, newcomers to town ain't too common these days. What brings you here?
Magic gone wrong.
Magic? Well, that's just crazy.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Crazy magic.
Ain't heard of any magic here.
You don't say.
What is this place?
I have no idea. Just go with it.
All right. Well, Sam will take a drink of his sarsaparilla.
All right, that's what it tastes like. Yep. As you're interacting with the bartender, you hear as the saloon doors swing open once more, and several more figures, like 3 or 4, kind of walk in. A similar vibe, like PS1 era animation too.
Yeah.
Like they don't really know how humans walk. They just kind of like they're sort of moving their legs and arms, but just kind of like floating and like sliding across the ground.
And that one doesn't have knee joints over there.
Yeah.
That one doesn't even have knees.
And the 2 of them like go over to sit down at the card table, and like one of them, the other ones goes over to like a corner to sit down, and the 4th comes up and like leans on the bar next to Amadine, and sort of hits the bar and says, "Bartender, give me a drink." And the bartender kind of shuffles over and says, "Another glass of the good stuff coming right up."
I'm gonna look
so-
down. Do I have like 6 shooters and stuff?
You do not.
I try to.
Give me a willpower roll
Oh, what's?
or resolve and composure.
All right, let's see. I don't even have my character sheet open. What is? Would you say resolve and what?
Resolve and composure.
Okay, so 5. Yeah, I got 1 success. I got a 9.
Okay. You look down. You see you don't have any revolvers. You kind of look up and then you look down again, and you have like an old West style belt with revolver, whatever you were imagining, basically.
Yeah.
Hanging around your waist. You also see that Amadine has one as well, and looking at the other people, they suddenly have them now too.
Perfect.
Only like it's much better quality than the rest of their bodies. And it literally looks like they were just copy pasted off of you onto them.
Okay, then I'm gonna roll willpower again. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3 successes.
To do
3
what?
successes.
Yep. I'm an
What?
artist to fix this place up. I am giving them a fucking reskin. I am fucking making this place nice. Like
What are you starting with?
the bartender. He gets
Okay.
he is now like the spitting image of like, you know, the perfect bartender from the era.
So, Amadine, you
Tweed
like
mustache.
blink a couple of times, and every time you blink, the bartender becomes a little bit more defined and more like human looking. And the process takes like a short amount of time, but then like it actually just looks like a person in front of you.
And then I do it again to the new people with 2 successes.
As you're doing that, the bartender kind of steps back over to you and says, "Well, mysterious strangers in town. That sounds like a recipe for something interesting, I'm sure."
It does. It does. I'm assuming something's gonna pop off here very soon.
Well, let's hope that the bandits don't come through town.
Ah, yes. The bandits.
They've been doing bandit stuff a lot recently. Literally, after he finishes saying that, you hear like horse clopping sounds outside.
Coconuts?
Sounds like about that quality.
We hear coconuts. We obviously hear
And
2 men banging coconuts together outside.
You then hear like pew pew pew, yeehaw, bandit time.
Wow. Sounds like the bandits are here.
Oh darn! Better go get the sheriff.
Oh man, I can't wait to see the sheriff. It's gonna be Chuck Norris when I'm done.
Literally just one of these guys with like a white like star and like a head that's got ridges like it could be a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Like a wrinkly head.
Wrinkly head. He just shaped his hair into a hat.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything, or just
Who?
wait and see how this plays out?
Oh, is he leaving to go get the sheriff?
No, he doesn't leave.
Oh, okay.
He stays there.
All right. I guess I just go and yell out the door for the sheriff.
In the meantime,
Sheriff.
Yep, sheriff, get out here. We got bandits in town.
Sam is gonna try and do mage sight to see.
Okay.
Oh, quit
This
doing
place.
real stuff.
just I don't know. You know, 1 is not enough to assume a pattern, but Sam believes there to be an anchor somewhere around here, like in the place before.
Right.
I'm assuming it's behind the bar.
Okay.
Or in
Give
a
me
safe. Oh, it's in the
a,
bank safe.
Wits and composure roll, Amadine.
It's in the bank safe. We got to go rob the bank.
1 success.
1 success.
Mhm.
Okay. So we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
So you shout out the door, Gray, for the sheriff, and you see standing in the middle of the town there is a group of what you presume are bandits. They're vaguely shaped like, I mean, if you used your imagination, they could be like like the Mexican bandito style thing, except for the hats seem to have some trouble with the hats. The hats are like part of their head. So like their hair is on top of the hat and their forehead is like the brim.
Oh, jeez.
So it's this like
Oh my
horrifying
God.
like